Sanjay, there's a sense of deja vu here, isn't it? The fact that a stray comment by someone prominent in the Congress party gives the BJP just what it needs to get out of what many see as a bit of a sticky situation. Most people have seen the last few days as the Congress finally sort of dominating the narrative. It's the manifesto of the Congress party that's become the talking point. It seems to be leading the leader in some ways. It's the subject matter of the Prime Minister's speeches and attacks. And in comes Sam Pitroda, to give the BJP just what it's been waiting for.
Shiv, good evening. It actually tells you the political desperation of the BJP that Sam Pitroda sitting in Chicago talking about inheritance tax in some of the states in America. They are trying to latch into that comment as if that is going to be the Congress's declared public policy on income inequality. It's a ridiculously absurd conversation. And I actually read a very positive sign for the Congress here, that the BJP and Mr. Modi seem to be rattled by two developments. One, Mr. Modi's attempt to polarize the election with that horrific hate speech which he made in Rajasthan, which is echoing across the country, and I think is damaging BJP and Mr. Modi significantly, because people are seeing in that a very desperate, frantic attempt to try and, take the Congress manifesto, which is a very well-constructed manifesto with, good solutions for the youth, for the women, for Manrega, for unemployment, and especially, I think, in terms of looking at creating better social and economic equity. I think Mr. Modi calling it the Mughal, the Muslim League was, such a terribly ill-timed, unfortunate, and a awfully worded attempt at giving it a, communal slant. Why would you do that? I expected the BJP to argue on its manifesto. Clearly, Mr. Modi has zero confidence in the BJP manifesto, because the Congress's manifesto is exactly what is obsessed the BJP.
No, I take your point. I take your point about the fact that this manifesto is the big talking point. But surely, at a time when this resonance is happening, Sanjay, given that the BJP is not some, straw man opponent. It's a big, powerful, hyperactive, bristling opponent that's waiting for you to make the smallest little mistake and blow it, in your words, completely out of proportion, or to use it as a diversionary tactic. Surely, there is a problem here when people like Sam Pitroda come along and give, hand the BJP something like this. That's a real problem. I mean, today the Congress needn't have spent the entire day clarifying.
Shiv, let me tell you this, that end of day, is income inequality a challenge for India? Absolutely. You read the report, they're saying income inequality in India is worse than it was during the time of the British Raj. 1% of Indians have 22% of income and 40% of wealth. Now, the question of how do you resolve it, there are multiple ways to do that. Sam Pitroda is indulging in an academic conversation about inheritance tax in the US.
Yes, but why now? At this sensitive time, why? I mean, he's been in this exact situation before. I'm not saying the BJP is right to pounce on it and, blow it out of proportion, but you and I both know, Sanjay, that's politics. That's what's going to happen. Anyone could have war-gamed something like this. It also comes down to, the Congress speaking in different voices. Is there confusion about what the real message is? And, what you're saying about the data that you're giving, all of that is true. But I'm saying that what is the point of all of that if ultimately you're giving the BJP a weapon to discredit what your true intentions are? Tuhin is also with me. Tuhin, Sanjay says that, this is ridiculous. The BJP is rattled. That's why you're desperately jumping on everything that's happening. First of all, you're obsessed with the Congress manifesto. Now you've jumped on what Sam Pitroda said.
Well, good evening, Shiv. Good evening, Sanjay. I am very appalled by seeing the extent to which this Congress party can go to further its Maoist tendencies. Now, they're spreading falsehood about US. In US, there is absolutely no federal law with regard to inheritance. Some states have it, but the percentages that is mentioned is way lesser than what Mr. Pitroda quoted. So one, look at the extent that they are going to further their Maoist tendencies. But why are we surprised? at least on 3 occasions during the UPA 2, on 31st May 2011, 9th November 2012, and 8th February 2013, Mr. Chidambaram has categorically stated the need for inheritance tax, which probably indicates that it was work in progress, and which also probably indicates that what Mr. Pitroda has said today could have been advised.
But Tuhin, also Jayant Sinha in your government. Also Jayant Sinha in your government.
No, Jayant Sinha is
both governments have created buzz over inheritance tax.
The finance minister did not say that. Jayant Sinha, is not in the scene today, so I would not comment on it. The rest of it was mere speculation. There were 3 or 4 occasions where the news must have come out, but the media speculates. There was absolutely no word from an authoritative source. Now the point is, the problem arises, where you link this inheritance, so-called inheritance, tax which Congress is proposing or whatever, with their diabolic redistribution plan. And when I talk about redistribution, why it is diabolic? In Karnataka, since you come from Karnataka or since you come from Bangalore, you would be aware that the NCBC has pulled up the Karnataka government because they have put the entire Muslim community in the OBC class. When it comes to Bengal, 118 out of
separate issue. We're going to be doing that in 5:30. Yeah.
Can I give you a reminder quickly?
Coming to you, Sanjay.
This is why the redistribution agenda becomes a problem. This is why the country needs to beware of the stock of redistribution of this inheritance tax, because both of them are linked to a vicious plan which the Congress is unleashing in the country.
Okay. So this is actually interesting, Sanjay, because while the Congress party has said, don't take such, I'm of course paraphrasing and being facetious here, but the Congress party is saying, don't take everything that Sam Pitroda is saying seriously. He's got his own opinions. You've also said he's making an academic sort of assertion. But the BJP says, nay, we have to take it very seriously because it's actually linked to what the Congress intends to do.
Shiv, let me give you a short answer. Rajiv Gandhi government scrapped the inheritance tax. That's what they say, walking the talk. And I think Tuhin should know that. And by the way, Congress comes out with a clear manifesto, no Muslim mentioned. If Modi decides to call it a Muslim league, what can you do, right? I mean, if these guys decide to be blinkered, they have a tunnel vision, they want to play politics with anything at all, even with serious economics, that actually is a manifestation of their own political insecurity at this point of time. I think they are worried after the first phase of polls. And my fear for the BJP is going to get progressively worse.
Okay.
The people are seeing through these very juvenile charades. It's very absurd because frankly speaking, I respect Jayant Sinha's decision to talk about wealth tax or inheritance tax or estate duty as a form of reducing inequality. These are debates amongst people who are policy makers. It's normal. I wouldn't hang Jayant Sinha from a tree for that. No way.